Hey, Miami Mike back again for a quick lunchtime preparation of the meal that we're going to have tonight. And I don't really consider this cooking. I'll put something in the crock pot and let it cook 4 or 5 hours. Very easy to do. I happen to just get back from Whole Foods. I like their philosophy. Their bags are always telling a life story here. Live your best life, believing in self-improvement, crushing personal best, getting outside, having fun, moving around every day, and meeting friends for adventure. Here's my adventure in food here. I've got 2 pounds of chicken breasts, some biscuits I'm going to put in later for dinner. You'll see the finished product. Some cream of mushroom and cream of chicken soup that will make a nice gravy for this. As a side, organic green peas. So again, chicken cooked in a crock pot virtually all day, nice and soft and tender with the gravy. If Jacob can back up a little bit here, you'll see the crock pot. I just put some broth in it, basically just one of the small packs of chicken broth to let it start simmering and breaking down a little bit. I will add the cream of mushroom and cream of chicken soup much later today. So you'll see that in a little while. Back in a couple hours to see the cooking process. Miami Mike back again. We were here at 12 o'clock. This is 2 hours later. We're going to go back to the crock pot for the chicken. We call it Aunt Jackie's chicken. I'll tell you why. But my lunch here at 2 o'clock, I'm going to be having toasted cheese sandwich, toasted rye bread, mayonnaise, my milk, my pickle, and my tortilla chips. That's a very common classic lunch for me. So we're going to check the chicken. It's been on for 2 hours. It's been on high. I'm going to turn it down to low. I'm going to flip it, and I can tell already that it's starting to get pull apart type of tenderness. And I already have a good amount of seasoning on there. I just wanted to mention the seasoning I do use. U.S. Wellness, and it's salt, pepper, garlic, and various herbs and spices. So we'll be back at 6 o'clock, and I'll tell you the sides that we have, and I'm getting hungry just smelling this. See you soon. And I'm hungry, so come look at dinner. This is the comfort food that we call Aunt Jackie's chicken, and that came from a recipe from my wife's aunt. And basically, this is an offshoot of that. I'll explain it in a minute. But first, let me turn off the ActiFry. Some of you may have seen me making my French fries before. This is an air fryer. So we've got shoestring potatoes, French fries potatoes. I don't know if you can get down here. But these are the 3 side dishes, basically. We got the biscuits, the organic green peas, shoestring French fries, and we'll put the gravy chicken over the biscuits, and we're going to back up and look at the crock pot. And if there's any glare or lack of lighting in here, I apologize, but starting to get dark here in Miami, Florida, February 17th, 2015. As you can see, we're talking about gorgeous chicken with the gravy made from the cream soup, some mushrooms in there too, the seasoning I mentioned earlier. Put this over the biscuits, and I'm going to be back in a minute and show you a plated finished product. Back in a moment. All right, we're getting ready to plate. Come on over here. The way I like to do this is have a nice big piece of chicken, and take my scooper here. You're going to see a lot of bits of small chicken here for the gravy and biscuits. So some people like to put their gravy on the French fries too. That's fine too. But this is good comfort food. And if we'll come back up here to talk to me a little bit, we're talking about welcome to TWA, Thin, Well, and Ageless. You can eat this way and be thin, well, and ageless. See you next time. Miami Mike back again, once again. Ash Wednesday. This is February 18th, 2015. We got another crock pot dinner planned for tomorrow, but I'm going to get ahead of the game here and show you what we're going to put in it. Ground bison. Again, this is from U.S. Wellness Meats, my #1 choice. Pastured, grass-fed. This is the kind of fat that heals, not the kind of fat that kills. So the good fat. Overall good health, but especially important for weight management. Ground bison has approximately half the fat of skinless chicken, and the fat that it does have is excellent for your health. So that's going into the spaghetti sauce. I'll show you more in a minute. Follow me here. Lunchtime, bologna, liverwurst. I'm ready to go with on my toasted rye. That's one of my favorite sandwiches, sometimes soup. We had this last night. This is Aunt Jackie's chicken. I make enough including the spaghetti, to have enough for a couple meals. So here you are preparing a crock-pot meal that is real easy to do, very time efficient. I'll discuss that more in the video, but always enough to have a leftover dinner for another week or next month even. So on the spaghetti sauce, well, prior to that, I've also prepared for tonight. I've got this marinating. These are the pork loins. They were on sale at Whole Foods, so I'll bring that to room temperature for a couple hours before putting them on the grill. I'll have also a pork rub. I can grill some of them and pan fry some of the others. 2 pounds, that's enough for 3 people to have for 2 different meals. Again, I'll have some frozen. But in this case, I do want to have some left over. I can thinly slice it next week for a Cuban type of sub sandwich on ciabatta bread, along with the pork, some ham, roast beef, and I like to melt cheddar on that. Sometimes with sliced pickle, but always mustard too, like a cubanito here in Miami. Okay, the sauce for the rub for the pork. We've got olive oil, soy sauce. This is the olive, and again, all organic, and some Worcestershire and the U.S. Wellness Meats all-purpose seasoning. You'll see some of the ingredients besides the ground bison, 2 pounds for the spaghetti that'll go into the crock pot. We'll show you in a minute. Organic tomato sauce, organic marinara. I'll throw in some peppers, onions. I'd like to put Parmesan cheese in throughout the day, maybe 6 or 8 times. Lastly, here's the famous crock pot that it's going in, and I'll give you a follow-up tomorrow. I basically cook the sauce all day long. It's delicious, and you'll see the way I prepare the noodles too. So we'll see you tomorrow on Thursday. Have a great day. Back again, boys and girls. I'm multitasking here, so I want to get to the spaghetti crock pot that's going to be cooking all day. But in the meantime, I've got my hard-boiled eggs going here, so that great snack, stuff like that. Breakfast, you're going to see that in a minute. I got my sausage already warmed up. The bacon has to go into the convector little oven here, toaster oven. So that'll be a couple minutes while I make my egg, and you'll be back to see me devour it. And it's delicious. You'll see that breakfast here in a minute. If we back up a tad, we'll get to the crock pot with the spaghetti sauce. I'm not sure if I mentioned yesterday that the grass-fed buffalo is so lean. I know I told you about the less fat, and it's really good for you. You don't have to pre-cook it in a pan and then discard the excess grease, because it has such little, it's so lean, it has such little grease and stuff. You want that back in here. So I just pop it in here raw with the sauce and everything, and as you can see, if you can pan down there yet, it cooks perfectly with it, and we'll be seasoning this throughout the day. Again, I just use this U.S. Wellness here and sprinkle some Parmesan cheese throughout the day. Give it a nice cheesy spaghetti sauce flavor. I will add the peppers and onions a little bit later, probably the last 2 or 3 hours that it's in, just spice it up a little bit. I like that with spaghetti. Of course, the kids, my grandkids, the mom spoons it out so they don't get any peppers and onions, but I love it there. So back in a minute for my breakfast. Almost done with the egg. I'm going to have a little bit of coconut oil. This will be explained as far as the supplements that I've mentioned before in a previous video, but if you want to come over here and get I'm making an overnight egg, and you can see how orange that yolk is. That's a good sign of a nutritious pastured chicken, a happy chicken, and I'll be a happy eater here in just a minute. Coming back shortly. Almost there for breakfast. I've got my plate ready, and then I realized I had some French fries. I've showed you how to make them in the ActiFry. Got them warming up also. Got my light organic coffee. What I do is buy the regular and decaf at Whole Foods, organic on both of them, mix them together so I have light, lots of coffee. I'll be back in a moment for the meal. I just mentioned to Jacob that the French fries basically are a bonus. They were just left over from last night. Now I really season everything up. I love salt. Sea salt is great for you. Lots of pepper. Other seasonings, I have a full rack of organic seasonings that the spices are really going to help your overall health too. So I'm going to get into this and be back in a few minutes for the finale. One of my favorite parts of breakfast, putting the egg on the little rye toast. This is again the bonus with the fries. two types of meat, sausage and bacon. My favorite part. Plenty of toast left to what we call Bellica di Bagna. It's supposed to be Italian. I married a Taccalini. Bellica di Bagna is supposed to be soaking up the good egg yolk. Keep in mind this pastured egg yolk, nice bright orange, very healthy. One of the best sources for vitamin D, one of the 3 supplements on the diet, vitamin D, coconut oil, and flaxseed. So we'll have a lot more in a segment just with the supplements. But again, finger licking good. See you later with the spaghetti sauce. Hey, we're back with the family now. Everybody's being real quiet out there. I'm going to talk about the noodles first. We've got the, I like hearing the sound. We've got the spinach noodles, organic of course, along with whole wheat. If we come this way, we're going to get to the dinner table last. But we've got the sauce that we talked about cooking all day, and I showed a little bit of that this morning, with meatballs and peppers, onions that we take out for the kids. If you get a look at the table here, bread, salad that we got going here. Just in case, I got this out too, if one of the kids, grandkids didn't like spaghetti for any reason, this is a good backup. I mentioned hot dogs before, but kids, do you love my nuggets? Do you love them? Anybody? Oh, come on, they're doing that on purpose. I heard a yes. Okay, I heard a yes. So this is Bell and Evans from Whole Foods. It's always a good backup to have for your grandkids. So we're gonna go, I haven't eaten yet. I was hoping Jacob could stay for dinner, but we're gonna go eat. Thanks for joining me. Over and out. All right, panning around to the family. Here we go. The adults, the kids, I would say we're feeding about 15 here. Everybody is enjoying the mixed spaghetti, the spinach and the whole wheat. Everybody having a good time? Yeah. Except Sean?
I get another couple beers, I have a great time.
Yeah, we're looking for organic, by the way. All right, again, thanks for joining us. Later, Gators. Bye now.